Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Whites Hill Reserve. It's a little bit of bonus Easter Thursday night football for you from the Football Queensland Premier League. It's the round 4 catch-up match between the hosts, Holland Park Hawks, and the visitors this evening, Capalaba Bulldogs, as we take you to the two squads this evening. For Holland Park, in goal will be Duncan Short, 3 Josh Byrne, 4 Sam Bassnett, 5 Hyun Park, 6 Nathan Garcia, 7 Darcy Pearson, 8 Marek Medell, 9 Lewis Ballard, 10 Jack Webb, 11 Takuya Shigeyuki, as the two teams are asked to swap sides of the field. 12 Kenny Vo, 13 Jared Gore, 14 Elliot White, 15 Chris Anderson, 16 Jun Tumatnaga, and 22 Dylan Williams. The coach of Holland Park is Fernando Garcia. For Capalaba, in goal is Sam Chandler, 2 Luke Watson, 3 Connor Askew, 4 Zach Takamar, 5 Caleb Finlay, 6 Justin McMullen, 7 Luke Behrman, 8 Connor Booth, 10 Rio Ono, 11 Oliver Kazi, 13 Aaron Wemyss, 14 Stuart Edgar, 15 Liam Klein, and 17 Jordan Burgess. The coach of Capalaba is David Booth. So we're just about in readiness on this Thursday night. Assistant referee just checking in with the coaches, and soon we'll be underway in this crucial round 4 catch-up game. Just about ready to go. Holland Park will have the kick-off through their captain, Marek Medell. We're about to get underway. Thanks for joining us this evening. Should be a good encounter. It's 7th versus 4th. Football Queensland Premier League action, round 4. The catch-up game from the Whites Hill Reserve on Thursday night between Holland Park Hawks and Capalaba. First touch of the ball for Capalaba keeper Sam Chandler, and gets to have another opportunity as the Bulldogs, in their change grey strip this evening, send the ball forward. Free kick being picked out by the referee on the far side, just indicating a bit of a push with the elbow. So Holland Park need their attacking third. This free kick in a potentially dangerous situation for the Bulldogs to have to deal with. In comes the free kick in towards the 6-yard box. Chandler rises highest to it and able to grab it in front of the advancing Holland Park player and look to move quickly on the counter. Touch on from Edgar. Gets the return ball. Edgar now at the edge of the box, playing it on. And almost there for the Bulldogs end to end. In the hands of Short at the moment. Come under the pressure of Ono. Medell, header on for White. White, he's got 2 defenders to negotiate around. They did the effort the first time round. Long range shot. It's from Webb. Straight to Chandler though. So both sides have opened up with their attacking intent. It's end to end. It's a high tempo. Attempting to chase this down is Ono, and he does exactly that. Slides the ball in towards the penalty spot, cut out by the defence, and Holland Park go backward to go forward. Touch on from White. Medell looking for the free kick, not given by the referee. Capalaba tidy up. Watson plays in his keeper, Chandler. Almost cut out by Holland Park as Capalaba were looking to bring it into their attacking half. Here's Chandler once more. Free man out here on the left was Askew. Capalaba going short on the right. McMullen. Chandler again. Medell is ready and waiting to pounce on the ball there for the Hawks. Chandler comes short once more. Ball forward, searching for the teammate. Edgar on the far side, making his way in towards the box. Had to be a desperate tackle from the defender because Ono was lurking. And cleared away from danger by the Hawks. So as I said, plenty of action already in this game early on. Chested down. Switch of play for Capalaba. Will it pay off? Reeled in by Askew. McMullen, the Capalaba skipper, loses out to White. Urgings of coach David Booth to McMullen win it back. Oh, great ball on. Chandler advances off his line. Oh, and cleared off the line by the defence from Medell's shot, who's already scored 10 goals this season and is the leading goal scorer so far in the FQPL and almost added to his tally, if not for the desperation of the defender from Capalaba on the line. As I said before, this is a crucial match leading into the Easter break. It's 7th place Holland Park up against 4th place Capalaba. Holland Park on 10 points, Capalaba on 12. A win for Capalaba would capitalise their spot in the top 4 and leapfrog them above Logan. While a win for Holland Park would put them into the top 4. So it's really for a top 4 spot. And even though we're only a third of the way through the season, it will be a critical game to try and keep up that early season momentum. Webb. Webb once more. And on the camera side for Tominaga. Slides it down the line, trying to link up with Medell. They'll have the throw-in decision anyway, the Hawks. A couple of other games going on around the grounds, and we'll bring you up to date with those in a moment. And not much venom on that shot from Jack Webb. In come the Bulldogs again, free man. And it slides across the line. The shot from Rio Ono. Short, unable to reel it in. Ono, unmarked, took his time, composed finish. And Short did valiantly, tried his best, but saw the ball slip across the line. And Capalaba have the opening goal of this encounter. Rio Ono, the leading goal scorer so far for the Bulldogs. Sixth goal for him for the season. So Capalaba out to the best of starts in their quest to remain in the top 4 come the Easter break. Looking very good here once more in attack. As I said, a couple of games around the grounds. In the NPL, there's a catch-up match at Perry Park, as we'll just break for a moment. Slides past Edgar for Capalaba. There's a catch-up match in the NPL tonight as well, with the Brisbane Strikers hosting the Southwest Queensland Thunder. They've just about to start the second half there, and the Strikers comfortably doing it over the Thunder by 4-0. And in the FFA Cup tonight, Lions are hosting Caboolture. Lions from the NPL, Caboolture from Brisbane's Viva Capital League 1. And Caboolture did open the scoring on 5 minutes, but 3 unanswered goals from there from the MPL side sees Lions leading that match by 3 goals to 1 over Caboolture. Looking to seal passage into round 5, the winner of that encounter in the FFA Cup tonight. Of course, Lions knocked out at the first hurdle last year by Brisbane Knights. Throwing comes down the line, gets to it, does Edgar, and earns his side a corner. Taking a look at the two sides warming up, and Capalaba were quite lively in the warm-up, looking good. They've taken that training form, the pre-match warm-up, into the match so far. Short gets to the corner directly. Holland Park out of their own half. Good win by the Capalaba player. Look to move in an attacking sense straight away. Oh no, the cross in. Short got to it first. In front of Edgar. Vo. As they bring it into their half, Holland Park. Just checking the ball. It looks like the referee is a bit flat. It's going to be booted back towards the Holland Park bench. So that one will be out of order. And probably dispatched to the relevant room to apply a bit of extra pressure. This is Tominaga. Good ball through for Medell, who gets to the byline, just slid a little bit further than what he was expecting. One-on-one battle between both sides. Just couldn't get a clean hit in it there, the Holland Park player. They build up once more. Vo and high and handsome over the crossbar. Nothing for Chandler to worry about. Very quick tempo. Capalaba putting the ball back into play immediately. They've turned it over though. Anderson. All the way for Chandler. Have a bit of time to decide whether he'll pick the ball up or play it with his feet. Decides to go with the feet option. Here he goes again. Wemyss. Again, Chandler is being involved. Sends it long this time. McMullen. Just couldn't anticipate it, the Capalaba player in Booth. Be won by the Bulldogs. Tominaga. Vo. Capalaba come away with it. Behrman. I know was the focal point up front. Vo clears away for Holland Park. Just receiving some instructions from his coach, Fernando Garcia. Well, David Booth asked for quicker. Couldn't link up with Ono. Referee asking for the ball to be taken back about 5 yards or so for the throw-in. Medell having to come deep to earn the ball for his side. Bamman gets to it first. Played back by Finlay for his keeper in Chandler. Plenty of time. Oh, had to get it away at the nick of time there, did Chandler. McMullen. Ono and Booth both there. It's Booth that got to it. Edgar, was he handled? No, says the referee, is playing advantage. Well, there were definitely claims for a penalty shout there by Capalaba. Referee waved play on though. And the Hawks survive another scare. So some questions being asked of the referee from the Capalaba players about that decision. Did look to be a clear hold inside the box, but the referee elected to wave away the shouts. Came to naught for the Bulldogs. It was an unhappy last trip to the Whites Hill Reserve as we see the first yellow card of the evening. Yes, last time Capalaba came here in the early rounds of last year's Flight Centre Brisbane Premier League. They're on the end of 8 goals from the Hawks. This a much different team to the one that went round last year. As I said before, currently in 4th position in the FQPL. Both sides, however, coming off last start losses though. Holland Park went down to Sunshine Coast Wanderers 2-1 a couple of weeks ago. Back on the 17th of March. Game washed out on the weekend between them as Ono tries to get on the scoreboard yet once more. Good save by Short in the end. Capalaba in the last round went down 3-0 to Souths. So both sides looking to reverse last start form. McMullen nods on. Here's Booth. Good slide ball for Edgar, who just got wrong-footed. Gets it back a second time, though. Great recovery from Stuart Edgar. And the Bulldogs have doubled their advantage on quarter of an hour. And there's a Holland Park player down in the background, but it looked like the footwork was going to get the better of Stuart Edgar there. He played it off both feet with the defender, trying to intervene for Holland Park. He was able to recover, though. And they've gone 2 ahead, the Bulldogs here. Early stages. So there's Holland Park player in the background. I didn't quite spot who it was amongst the goal that was scored, receiving some attention from the physio. Just laying on his back. It looks like might be some sort of concern with a knee. He's going to be replaced. That's the signal that's coming to the bench. So Fernando Garcia forced into an early change. You can probably see in front of us Capalaba coach David Booth just issuing some instructions out to captain Justin McMullen. Would be pleased with his side's progress so far. So we're just waiting for this injury to be assessed. I can tell you it'll be Josh Byrne coming on for the Hawks. It's taking quite some time to assess the injury. That might just give us a chance to catch up again on what's going on around the ground and seeing if there's any updates in any of those games that are currently going on around the grounds. Still Strikers leading Southwest Queensland Thunder by 4-0 after 62 minutes. That change will be confirmed as Josh Byrne enters the fray for the Hawks. Play restarts now after the Capalaba goal and the injury assessment of the Holly Park player. 2-0, the Bulldogs lead. Ball down the line, search of Ono. Here they come again. The Bulldogs full of confidence at the moment. Ono. Couldn't link up. On his bike is Tominaga. Delivers the cross in for Medell. Harmless in the end for Chandler. Booth. Hitting them on the counter very quickly, Capalaba. Oh no. Edgar. Attempts to turn on goal. Edgar. Skews it wide. Did it take a touch off the Holland Park player? Short. Desperately trying to hunt the ball down. Unsuccessful. And it will be a bright ending for Capalaba after that phase of play. Shot wide from Edgar fortuitously off the back of the leg of a Holland Park defender. So an option here for the corner. Behrman making the run. Instead it comes more direct. Punched away by Short, who's infringed against in the process of punching the ball away. Free kick taken by Short. Medell looking for the free kick. Decision not going his way. As Holland Park look to build up. Here's Ono on the halfway line for the Bulldogs. Edgar. Here's Booth. Hit with the call from the spectator. And it's a third. Capalaba running riots at the moment over Holland Park. Over 20 minutes played. And the Bulldogs out to a 3-0 lead. It's a bit of a rout from Holland Park. Sorry, from Capalaba at the moment over Holland Park. Young side, full of confidence. And it's showing out there at the moment. Three individual goal scorers. Rio Ono first, then Stuart Edgar, and now Connor Booth. Capalaba, 3-0 to the good over the Hawks. Do Holland Park have a response? One by Tuamanaga in front of Askew. Park. Tuamanaga's free on the right if they can link up with him. Here's Tuamanaga. Taking it first time. And wide of the target for the Hawks from Medill. Just a little bit difficult sometimes to pick out some of the players out there. Well, that's flirting with danger. Can never give a situation like that to Medill because he'll lurk in and make you pay full toll, but the Bulldogs get away with it that time. As always, we want to know who you're supporting, who you think will win, where you're watching in from, what you're doing on Easter Thursday. Comment on the Facebook post. Of course, you might also be watching on the Football Queensland YouTube channel as well. This live stream as a couple of drops of rain begin to fall here at Whites Hill. Thought we got rid of this rain, but it just never seems to stop at the moment. Traditionally, it always does rain around about Easter time, doesn't it? No exception here. As luck would have it, I forgot to pack the brolly. So the free kick played in over the head of everyone. I've just moved house, so I'm not sure where my umbrella is at the moment. Could be anywhere in amongst a whole heap of boxes. I'm going to try and seek out some shelter. Here's the goal kick from Chandler. Was Booth fouled? Yes, says the referee, right in front of the Holland Park bench. Fernando Garcia not enamoured with that decision. Just a light drizzle at the moment. McMullen will have this free kick. It's one in the air by Gore, the tall, lanky defender. Nothing working out for the Hawks at the moment. McMullen. Edgar, one of the rare times this evening that he's been beaten to the ball. Here come the Hawks, lofted ball. In search of Medill, but No way he was ever going to run that one down. Tug of the shirt against the Bulldogs player. Again, the referee allows the advantage to continue. Can Ono mop up for the Bulldogs? Chested on by Behrman. White. And referee will issue the yellow card out for something that's been said. Not happy with that decision was the Capalaba player. It might have been the latest goal scorer, Connor Booth. His range just starts to get a little bit heavier. Capalaba, another ball into the box. And another decision for the referee to make. And once again, he's kept the whistle by his side. Here's the goal kick from Short. Medell. Can he put on a bit of a captain's knock? Receives the ball from Tominaga. Webb. Going down. Referee blows the whistle. So the referee getting the signal that the wall is to be set, so this free kick will be held up momentarily. As the wall is set, Chandler's satisfied with it. Looks to be 5 in the wall for the Bulldogs. This free kick is driven over the wall and punched over the bar by Chandler. Diminutive in height, but don't let that deceive you. Son of Sunshine Coast Wanderers coach Matt Chandler. Here comes the corner. Ball driven in. Blocked by the Capalaba defender. On the counter. Oh no. Edgar. He's got the better of the offside. Couldn't win the ball though. Medell forced to intervene for his side. Slight touch by Behrman. Now the wind adding to the rain, blowing right into our camera position. Tominaga. Can the Hawks pull one back? The Capalaba defence has been stoic though. Vo. Forced wider by Booth. Will there be another corner here for the Hawks? Yes, it will. So around about 13 minutes to the half-time break. Hawks looking for a rare incursion into the box. Just nothing working for the Hawks at the moment. There's a little bit of frustration starting to set in. Players from Holland Park starting to get a bit annoyed at each other. Chandler. Uncharacteristically, straight to the Holland Park player in Webb. Tominaga. Into towards the back stick, dealt with by the defender. Medell arrives on the scene, and illegally, in the opinion of the referee. So Chandler will have this free kick inside the area. Straight to Edgar though. Oh no, on the left. Here's Booth. Slices between the two defenders. Takes a touch once again off a defender, and it's a fourth goal. Stuart Edgar gets a first half brace. And similar to the last game that I did from the FQPL a couple of weeks ago, where Eastern Suburbs scored 4 against Rochdale inside the first half. And this week, it's Capalaba who has so far done the same against Holland Park. Well, Phil Davis, the Oracle, thinks Capalaba will win. Would have been interesting to see his pre-match prediction, though. Scores around the grounds, Phil. All right, I'll try and find some for you. But once again, Edgar, he's drawn short off his line. So I can tell you it's half-time in the FFA Cup, and Lions lead Caboolture by 3-1. And at Perry Park, around about 75 minutes gone, 15 minutes to go. And the Strikers have added another through Zach Maltby. I should say Trent Clulo scored the 5th goal for the Strikers. Strikers lead South West Queensland Thunder 5-0 in that NPL catch-up game. And David Booth, Capalaba coach, encouraging his charges. Be happy with, more than happy with what he's seen so far. I know, no look back pass. Couldn't find his skipper, McMullen. Camped in their half at the moment are the Hawks. And Holland Park forced to come backwards in their attacking third. Symptomatic of the defensive effort that the Bulldogs are putting in at the moment. It's a real Bulldog spirit. Don't think many would have tipped them, based on this scoreline at the moment, to be third going into the Easter break. Well, Chandler couldn't handle it and then forced to scramble to clear it away across the sideline. As the rain is now eased up at the Whites Hill Reserve. Waiting on another ball. Looks like we've found the original one. Here comes the corner. Dealt with by the defence. Edgar. Lone man up front is Ono at the moment. Vo. In amongst 3 Capalaba defenders. White. Shigeyuki for Vo. And he had to get up to his left. Did Sam Chandler. Well, interesting words in the media today from Holland Park Hawks technical director Joe Fennick after some allegations being thrown around the league that perhaps Holland Park were exceeding their visa player limit of 2. Came out very strongly in the media today and dispelled those rumours. Lofted for Edgar. Off the left foot. And it's goal number 5 in a hat-trick. Yes. Stuart Edgar scores again. They're cruising, Capalaba. Keep going. And David Booth has gone. Remember last year, as I mentioned before, when Holland Park put 8 against Capalaba. It looks like it might come full circle this evening. So 5 to the good. The Bulldogs. McMullen received just a little bit more attention on his way through. Pressure being put on by Ono. Even Marek Medell struggling to come up with something this evening. Chandler hoofs that one away. Challenge in the air between the two opponents. Edgar involved, being in the thick of the action. And Semi Chandler's done better than that in the past. Medell earns his side the free kick. Originally looking to take it quickly, but decides to hold things up so he can get further forward, and it'll be Webb for the Hawks. Medell being called out, is he, by the referee? He is. Just receiving a bit of a word. Park in to calm his skipper down. So we're finally going to get back underway with Webb taking this free kick, drifted in towards the edge of the area. There's a clump of players there. Recycled here for the Hawks. Above the head of Medell. Goal kick will be the results. Perhaps that score from last year providing a little bit of extra motivation for the Bulldogs this evening. If you have just joined us, the Bulldogs doing it comfortably in the lead up to half-time. 5-0 leaders over the Hawks on Easter Thursday football. On the Football Queensland Facebook page and YouTube channel. Booth touchback. Ono. Those three influential, Booth, Edgar, Ono, all on the score sheet. During the second half, we might take you through the current ladder and just take you through the respective sides and their travels that they've had so far. Look at their position on the ladder. How they may fare for the rest of the season as we go into the Easter break. Of course, Peninsula, the runaway leaders at the moment. Perfect record, including a victory against Rochdale in a catch-up match last night. Bam, and it was in the 7 for Capalaba. Edgar loses out that time. Webb. Well anticipated by Askew. Webb. Plenty of grey shirts, not too many red ones. Here's Ono. And just took a heavy touch. Perhaps the conditions contributing as well. Oh, ball by Tominaga straight to the feet of Ono. Under pressure, the Hawks clear. Well won by Wemyss. Booth over for Edgar. Clump of defenders again come to Edgar. They're powerless to act. It's a half dozen for the Bulldogs in the first half. And now there's words between the Holland Park players and the coaching staff. One of the players yelling out, are we going to make any changes? Well, there will be one. Because I think whoever that player is might be replaced here. It'll be Sam Baston on in jersey 4. And who is running straight to the dressing room? Is it Jack Webb? And there's words going on. That player running straight to the dressing room and kicking chairs and all sorts of things. So a lot of frustration in the Hawks camp at the moment. And Fernando Garcia is making the angry walk to the dressing room as well with quite some steam. So Capalaba, 6 of the best in the first half. There's tensions obviously within the Holland Park establishment. And with that, we're going to take a break. Capalaba doing it comfortably over Holland Park. As you can see, the Holland Park players just gathered in the centre of the park amongst themselves. There's some stern words being said by the skipper, Marek Medell. Just keep an eye on this for a moment. Very tense scenes at the Whites Hill Reserve. Holland Park players, as I say, gathered in the centre circle at the moment. Seemingly in no rush to get to the dressing room. There might be more that's going on here that we're not aware of. Try not to read too much into it, but anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back the other side of half-time with Capalaba leading 6-0 over Holland Park.
today?
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
I could watch them all day. Even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but finding a place that really brings us together. That's what makes Oaks Oasis special. When you only get a few chances, it's important to make them count. After all, memories don't make themselves.
Audi Mini Rouge, Mini Star. Oh, Mini Star. Ah! Audi. Dream Team!
Reckon your kid could do better than Archie? We're looking for 4 mini stars to join the Aldi Mini Rouge Dream Team. If your kid's between 4 and 11, loves football, get them to make a video.
2 minutes max!
Showing us why they've got what it takes. If they're picked, they'll be part of the Aldi Mini Rouge Dream Team and the face of Aldi's wheat biscuits.
I thought I was meant to be on the box.
Shaw takes it first time, and East have a second goal. Well crafted again from the Tigers.
Today.
We swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
I could watch them all day. Even though here, you don't feel like you need to. These are the moments I'll remember. You see, to me, it's not so much just having us all together, but finding a place that really brings us together. That's what makes Oaks Oasis special. When you only get a few chances, it's important to make them count. After all, memories don't make themselves.
Audi, Eddie Mini Rouge, Mini Star. Oh, Mini Star. Ah! Audi. Dream Team.
Reckon your kid could do better than Archie? We're looking for 4 mini stars to join the Aldi Mini Rouge Dream Team. If your kid's between 4 and 11 loves football, get them to make a video.
2 minutes max.
Showing us why they've got what it takes. If they're picked, they'll be part of the Aldi Mini Rouge Dream Team and the face of Aldi's wheat biscuits.
I thought I was meant to be on the box.
Shot takes it first time, and East have a second goal. Well crafted again from the Tigers. So about to get underway for the second half. Capalaba extremely keen. They've been out there for the best part of 5 minutes. And this is the part that irritates me, that both teams are out there now, are waiting on the referees. Out they stroll. Capalaba will make a change at half time. 15, Liam Klein coming on. Luke Watson will be the player that will be replaced. So, yeah, if you just were with us before half time, you saw those scenes where Jack Webb vented after the concession of the most recent goal. Fernando Garcia reacted by making an immediate substitution, bringing Sam Basnett on. He's already had to use 2 of his changes, has Fernando Garcia, with his son Nathan Garcia succumbing to injury and having to be escorted from the field. Jack Webb blew up, was replaced, jogged off straight to the dressing rooms, kicked a couple of chairs. They'll be off to Bunnings to buy another couple for the clubs. There's a huddle from the Holland Park players at the end of the first half inside the centre circle for a good 2 or 3 minutes. And I did venture down towards the dressing room, but I couldn't hear anything. So you'd figure that Capalaba have the 3 points wrapped up, and I don't want to jinx them because stranger things have happened. So it's really up for the Hawks here to show what they're about in this second half, trailing by a half dozen as we get back underway at Whites Hill. And I'll get back to what's going on around the grounds and bring you up to date with the scores in the NPL and the FFA Cup. So it's full time at Perry Park, and the Strikers have defeated Southwest Queensland Thunder by 5-0 in a catch-up match. Trent Clulo with 2 goals, Zach Maltby, Jake McLean and Ryan Palmer with the other 3. And in the FFA Cup, an hour gone, Lions have extended their lead out to 4-1 against Caboolture. So it looks like Lions, as Capalaba look to find another, it's been given. So it's another goal for Capalaba. So within 60 seconds of the restart, Capalaba have found the 7th goal. The scoreboard here at Whites Hill is only going up to single figures, so it could be in some trouble. 7-0. The Bulldogs shell-shocking the Hawks. As these wild results in the FQPL continue. Expecting it to be a much tighter affair than this. Holland Park have lost a couple of players from their back line in Sherwood in the game against Sunshine Coast Wanderers, and Nathan Garcia departing the match earlier through injury. Just how many of Capalaba got in them? Medell still powerless to act. Leading goal scorer in the FQPL for the Hawks. He's short. Speaking to Capalaba coach David Booth at half-time, as I said, his charges were out a good 5 or 6 minutes before this scheduled break was due to end. He was telling me that he has had very few opportunities on the pitch for his side in a training sense, as the yellow card is issued for the foul against Shigeyuki. He's only had the opportunity to train the side twice in recent weeks, and even then, he's telling me it's been in a patch between the penalty box and the centre circle due to the deluge that's taken place at John Fredericks Park, and the park being very much underwater. Been a lot of gym time. And despite that, his side doing extremely well here this evening. He's about to ready a change. Looks like Oliver Kazi will be the player coming on. Here's Behrman. Edgar got the last touch on it for the Bulldogs. Through for Ono. Wemyss. Klein. Finlay. Shigeyuki for the Hawks. Searching ball for Medell, who's got goal side of the defender. And Marek Medell scores his 11th goal of the season. And the Hawks have finally got on the scoreboard through Marek Medell, 5 minutes into the second half. Eight goals in 50 minutes. It's a goal fest at the Whites Hill Reserve. So could that be the impetus for Holland Park to gain a little bit of confidence? They've been playing with little so far. Medell up against the substitute Klein. Shigeyuki tripped up by Behrman it was. Ball on by White. Gets it back from Medell. White tries to buy himself some room. Square out for Medell, who tries to chip it into the top right corner. And got a little bit more purchase on it with the sandwich. Here's Chandler's goal kick. High by White in the 14 for Holland Park. So I said I'd start talking through the ladder and some of the chances and some of the results that we've already seen in the inaugural version of the FQPL. As I said earlier, Peninsula with the perfect record leading into the Easter break. 8 wins from 8 matches played. They were the ones that many were tipping early on that if they didn't finish first, they'd certainly be in the top 2 and earn promotion to the NPL. That was certainly the goal for this season after some disappointment down at Kippa that they were overlooked for the NPL in the initial instance in the revision of the competition in the previous off-season. It's David Booth about to ready his second change of the night. Very accommodating of our cameras. Here's Finlay. Falls wide, and it will be a corner. David Booth will just hold off on that change for the time being. It's all very light-hearted on the Capalaba bench at the moment. Collected by Short in the Holland Park goal, who throws it out long for Medell. So Peninsula in top spot in the FQPL as we take in this build-up from Holland Park. Medell at the edge of the 6-yard box. Now at the edge of the area. Parried down. Was there an offside? Medell was offside from the original shot by Elliot White. And the change will be made by David Booth. And making his entry will be the number 11, Oliver Kazi, replacing Stuart Edgar, who's got through 55 minutes. A stack of goals this evening in this 7-1 lead of Capalaba. In second place at the moment, Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Two number 5s going at it. Will it be kept in by Chandler? It will be. Sunshine Coast Wanderers, a bit of an unknown. Players coming together from the Sunshine Coast Premier League. Under the experience of Matt Chandler in the head coach role. Who of course guided Redlands to that famous victory in the FFA Cup a couple of years ago against the A-League's Adelaide United. We saw Sunshine Coast Wanderers had the bye in the first round, and then in that draw against Mitchelton on the live stream a couple of weeks ago. Well, back in round 2. Since then, 5 wins on the trot for the Buderim Bay side. Let's take in this attack from the Bulldogs. McMullen looking for some sort of decision were the Bulldogs. And the reports I keep on hearing about the Sunshine Coast Wanderers is, yeah, they are the real deal. They've been most impressive to the opposition coaches around the league. And in round 13, that could be the match that will take plenty of interest when Peninsula and Sunshine Coast Wanderers face off. Fitting that it will come at the end of the first set of fixtures. Could be 1 versus 2 at that time. And oh no, will be offside. Plenty of enthusiasm on the Capalaba bench and the supporters for that move by Kazi. So Capalaba currently occupy 3rd place on the table. At the moment, if this result stands, it'll be 5 wins and 2 losses for the team from the kennel. Disappointing season last year in the Flight Centre Brisbane Premier League. Change of coach with David Booth coming on board. He was just telling me it's a keen bunch of players looking for some opportunities. They're living up to that at the moment. That was a good ball through from Booth. Holland Park defence had to deal with Ono. Chandler grabs it at the near post. Logan Lightning will be in the top 4 come the Easter break. 4 wins from 7 matches under new coach Royce Brownlee. The old stager scoring a hat-trick himself a couple of weeks ago. And a free kick. Yeah, for the Hawks. Similar story at Logan, I guess, to Capalaba. Bunch of young players. Enthusiasm. Shigeyuki with the free kick for the Hawks to try and reduce the margin once more. 4 in the wall for Capalaba. Holland Park player at the edge of the wall. Plenty of hustle and bustle. Here's Shigeyuki's free kick. Straight into the head of Behrman. They're off to the races, the Bulldogs. Vo stops it though. Turn from White. Too far for Park. So that's the top 4 come the Easter break. Peninsula Sunshine Coast Wanderers, Capalaba and Logan. I'd say that amongst the pundits there's certainly at least 2 surprises in there. Here's Park. Nodded away by the tall Klein. Corner for the Hawks. Well, Rochdale Rovers sit in 5th position, but incredibly, with a minus 12 goal difference. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, we saw them on the live stream on the end of a 6-0 hiding from Eastern Suburbs. As his corner's played into the near post, and it ends up in the back of the net once more. So this is a fighting effort from Holland Park. After having 6 conceded in the first half, and then the opening goal to Capalaba inside the first 60 seconds. They found 2 of their own since then, and that's what they'll be looking for to try and win this second half. Still 7-2 the Bulldogs' way though. It's a total shift of momentum, isn't it? A couple of years ago in the Silver Boot 3rd versus 4th playoff, we saw Holland Park lead the then Gold Coast City by 6 goals to 1 with, roughly 20 minutes to play. Gold Coast City score 5 goals to make it 6-all after 90 minutes and then go on to win. Are we about to see a similar effort here from Holland Park? They've pulled it back to a margin of 5. If this one goes in, it could be interesting. Basnet with the free kick off the left foot. And no danger for Chandler into the back netting and then onto the top of the net. As I was pointing out before, Rochedale Rovers sit in fifth despite that minus 12 goal difference. And really lamenting the loss of some big players in the off-season, such as Kato Aochi, who's gone to Souths. Seiji Shizuno, who's gone to Brisbane City. Ugi Nagata down at Gold Coast United. And Lewis Cameron, who returned to his native UK. On the end of a 3-0 loss to Peninsula last night. Plenty to work on for Scott McNichol over the Easter break and into the next phase of the season. Would have been one of the favourites in many's eyes to also earn promotion. Play down at the back for Capalaba. Back to his feet. Capalaba physio was ready to act if need be. Corner punched away by the keeper. In short. We saw a similar incident in the first half where he was deemed to be infringed against, and that's happened again for the keeper. Klein back for his keeper. Here's Behrman. Well, South United sit in the top half of the table in sixth position. 2 points behind fifth place Rochedale, but with a goal difference of plus 11. Such as the wild swings we're seeing in the FQPL this year. Interesting to see whether Souths can lift themselves up the ladder. 3 wins from 6 games so far. On for Medill. And free kick just outside the box that the referee has spotted. So there's a much better effort from Holland Park in this second half. More shaping up. Plenty of players in the mix for Holland Park to take the free kick. Medell's lined up. So too it appears is Shigeyuki. Blasted low that time round. Ball straight into the wall. Rebounds for Basnet. And in the hands of Chandler. Kazi. Good tackle in by White. Holland Park sitting 7th and Eastern Suburbs in 8th. Eastern Suburbs, as I said before, 6-0 victors against Rochedale a couple of weeks ago, but then went down to Wolves last night in Wolves' first win of the season. Interesting matchup next weekend when the local derby takes place between Holland Park and East for the Don Mackey Shield. Too far for the Holland Park player, Medill. Good win by Capalaba. Referee checking with the assistant. And Anderson remains down on the ground. And this could bring up the third change of the evening for the Hawks. Almost done at Lions Stadium in the FFA Cup game between Lions and Caboolture. And Lions lead 4-1 as they head into stoppage time. And a couple of penalties saved by the Caboolture keeper against the NPL side. And, yep, Holland Park indicating that third change is required. With Chris Anderson under the steam of the physio being assisted from the field. So we'll see the Holland Park player coming on in jersey 7 in Darcy Pearson. Will that change allowed to be made? Yes, he'll be allowed on. Referee signalling for him to come on. The third and final change for the Hawks. So back underway once more. 25 minutes into the second half. Capalaba 7-2 over Holland Park with 20 minutes remaining. Cut back for the Hawks. Might be the substitute Pearson on that far side. You can see Anderson probably just on the camera shot there, being escorted along the sideline and back to the dressing room. Late free kick. Going Capalaba's way. Continuing our look through the current FQPL table. Ipswich Knights sit in 9th position. Of course, a bit of turmoil there a couple of weeks ago with the departure of Denny McHenry as the head coach. Mick Matthews installed as the head coach last week. Trying to find a bit of stability. 2 wins from 7 games for the Knights. Held Peninsula a couple of weeks ago to a 1-0 loss by the Knights. Always a tough time out at Bundamba on a Sunday afternoon for visiting sides to come away with something. So an admirable effort from the Knights. Free kick taken quickly into the box. Hawks trying to find a third goal. Chandler with the save. Medell it was with the last touch for Holland Park. Second year in a row that Ipswich Knights have had a coach depart in the early stages of the season. So hopefully on the road to some better results for the remainder of the season. Here's Basnett. White. Pearson. Medell. Scrambling for the ball against Behrman. Behrman has it again. Kazi. Slips momentarily on the slippery surface. Behrman as Capalaba come under some pressure. We didn't see this in the first half from the Hawks. Tight pressing. Forcing the Bulldogs into mistakes. Sitting just behind Ipswich Knights in 10th position are Southside Eagles under the stewardship of Roger Hunter. 2 wins from 7. Most disturbingly, though, the second worst goal difference in the league of -13. So we take in a Capalaba corner. And they'll have another. The Bulldogs. McMullen is an option short. Signal comes up from the corner taker. More towards the back stick that time. Behrman. Important for Capalaba not to take their foot off the pedal here. No, it was. There's again the Japanese. Oh no, inside the area. Defender does his job. So confirmation of full time in the round 4 FFA Cup match. And Lions through to round 5 after defeating Caboolture by 4-1. First team through to round 5 in the Brisbane zone are the 2015 round of 16. Have we got another injury here for Holland Park? Could they be forced to end the match with 10? If it wasn't already bad enough for the Hawks, it's slowly turning disastrous. "14 minutes plus stoppage time to play in this one." The Hawks player back to his feet, but being escorted straight to the dressing room. So the Hawks will be down to 10 for the remaining minutes of this match. 3 injuries sustained. It's not been a good night for the Hawks, conceding 7. And several injuries in the process. So Fernando Garcia, if he didn't already have enough headaches, he's got more. Although the Holland Park injured player is slowly ambling around the touchline, so maybe he's just trying to walk it off and might come back to take his place. Ball's across the sideline on that far side. I'll just finish up with those last 3 teams on the FQPL table. Mitchelton have probably had the most disrupted season so far, having played just 5 games with the 1 win under new coach Dan Panisi, who's basically had to work with an entirely new squad. So more of a rebuilding year for the Mustangs at Tarelwa Park. As I said before, Wolves broke through for their opening win last night against Eastern Suburbs. Took a while for Mark Dykeman to get his full squad together, a number of weeks. They had a number of rained-out matches as well. It has been a disrupted start to the season for all clubs in the FQPL to this, what seems never-ending rain. So that win last night might provide the boys from Carmichael Park with some momentum after the Easter break. And at the foot of the table are the Wide Bay Buccaneers, yet to pick up a point in the competition. More of a development year, I think, for the Buccaneers to try and establish themselves in the competition for the future. They too have lost a coach. And a replacement announced today. So the changing coach, Wide Bay Buccaneers, will be hoping for a change of fortune for the remainder of the season. And they're fully cognizant that, results obviously haven't been going their way, but still remain relatively upbeat in the Wide Bay area about what's to come. Just on 10 minutes to play now, plus stoppages in this round 4 FQPL catch-up match. Shigeyuki, in search of Medell. Was Chandler handled it, must have been inside his area. Chandler, another save. Shigeyuki. One-two with White. Park. Gore. Calling for the ball at the feet is Shigeyuki. Right move between Shigeyuki and White. I'm just catching up on everybody's comments. I'm glad everyone can see the light-hearted side of things in this one-sided game. Hawks searching for a third in this second half. Shigeyuki. The whistle goes. And David Booth will make his third and final change of the evening. Zach Takama will be the player coming on in jersey 4, replacing Caelan Finlay. 7 minutes to go. Finlay got a bit of cramp. Straight to the physio for some attention. He's hurting. It's calf, he's saying. Meanwhile, the free kick taken. Here's Ono. And offside. Mentioning the FFA Cup before, there's some great action going on midweek next week. Most anticipated tie next Tuesday night, I think, against two teams that have made the national stages of the FFA Cup in previous years. Stern blow of the whistle from the referee. Here's Peninsula Power hosting Redlands next Tuesday night at 7:30. Plenty of other intriguing matches. Also on Tuesday night with the Viva Brisbane Capital League 1 side, Annerley hosting Mitchelton. Antonio Murray coming up against his former side at Elder Oval. We've already seen Lions go through to the next round tonight. The other games next Tuesday. All Viva Brisbane Capital League's encounter between AC Carina and the Lakes. And if you do follow Football Brisbane on Facebook, you'll see next day highlights of that encounter. Holland Park, they travel to Athos Park. Centenary Stormers on the agenda next Tuesday night. An all FQPL clash out at Ipswich between Ipswich Knights and South United. Eastern Suburbs up against North Star, who are flying in Viva Brisbane Capital League 1. So that match may be a little bit closer than what people think, that one. East versus North Star. All these games next Tuesday. Ipswich City up against New Farm. Shot from distance over the bar. And the other match next Tuesday. Another intriguing one. Olympic currently on fire in the NPL. But St George Willawong, a couple of tiers below them in the competition structure. But they have been rising very quickly through the ranks of Brisbane football. So plenty to take in next week. And the flag will go up again. And that goal will be chalked off. And the FFA Cup action continues the week after that on the 10th of April, the Tuesday. Wolves at home to UQFC. Albany Creek against the Brisbane Strikers. Virginia up against Logan. Those two sides met in recent years as well in the FFA Cup. You have to fancy on current form. Capalaba will give Brisbane City a bit of a run at home. Rochdale Rovers at home to Samford. And on Wednesday, the April 11th, to round out round 4 in Brisbane of the FFA Cup, Mount Gravatt at home to Western Pride, who unbelievably yet to win an FFA Cup game. Western Pride, will their hoodoo continue? Will the Hawks be able to continue the Pride's losing run in the FFA Cup? And the other match on Wednesday week, Wednesday the April 11th, is Southside Eagles at home to Moreton Bay United. 32 teams into the round 4 of the FFA Cup in Brisbane. Narrowed down to 16 for round 5. And of course those two spots on the line in Brisbane into the round of 32 for the winners of the round 7 games. Shigeyuki. Coming to it was Park. White. Been a bit of a bright light in the Holland Park lineup tonight. Shigeyuki. Played square by Bassnett. Park. Ball on the right. Can Holland Park bob up for another consolation goal as we head towards stoppage time? Ball's gone into the trees. Looks like on the far side. Spectator has retrieved the ball. All clear for the corner. Chandler originally came towards the ball, and did Takama know which goal he was supposed to be defending or attacking? Would have been an absolute screamer. Just for the wrong side. So corner from the opposite side for the Hawks. There'll be no stoppage time. It's brought to an end, mercifully for Holland Park. 6-0 at halftime. The Hawks led. Sorry, the Capalaba led the Hawks, I should say. It's a late night. Looking even worse inside the first minute of the second half when Capalaba added another for a 7th. But Holland Park can take some consolation winning the second half 2-1. It finishes 7-2. Capalaba's way. They go third into Easter. And there's plenty of soul searching to be done for the Hawks over the Easter break. Well, thanks for joining me tonight for this Easter Thursday special. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. And have a happy and safe Easter, whatever you may be doing. No football over the Easter weekend. We'll be back next weekend with more NPL, FQPL and NPL women's action. But from now, from the Whites Hill Reserve, it's Rafe Griffin signing off, where Capalaba have totally arrested the situation that they encountered last year. And Capalaba have defeated Holland Park